Tonight on the Pageant Cast, we have Sarah Bazey. She's Mrs. International 2012. We recorded this at the Illinois International Pageants when they were held back in March. Hope you enjoy this very special edition of the Pageant Cast.
Welcome to the Pageant Cast, your home for beauty pageant news and interviews on the internet.
This is the Pageant Cast, and we're at the Illinois International Pageants, and look who we come across, Mrs. International Sarah Bazey. How are you doing?
Fabulous. How are you, Tim?
Fantastic. So you got a crown not far from here in Chicago, Illinois, and going back there to give your crown away in July.
Yes.
A little bittersweet, or?
Oh, I'm not there yet.
You're not thinking
I'm
about
not
it
there
at all
yet. Yeah, I've got
Well,
a lot to do between now and then.
Okay, well, let's start with the platform. What is your
Sure.
platform?
Burn awareness and education. 18 and a half years ago, I was severely burned in a helicopter crash. And the Phoenix Society is the largest organization of its kind in the world, and it supports burn survivors all over the world. And I serve as the National Vice President on the board, and I'm also a SOAR volunteer, which means survivors offering assistance in recovery. I'm trained to go into hospitals and work with burn survivors as their patients and their families, and work with the medical team as well. And so I've had a chance with this crown to carry that message around the world, represent the pageant, represent the burn community, and also the Go Red for Women campaign, which the International Pageant Systems is so closely aligned with.
Well, tell me, as Mrs. International, you've been traveling quite a bit,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Tell me about that a little
Oh,
bit.
I'd love to.
Okay.
Well, actually, I started out traveling around the country, of course, and then I headed to the Bahamas and had an appearance there in October, which was just a few months after my crowning. And then right after the first of the year, my husband and I, well, we actually spent New Year's in LA, and from there headed out to Tokyo, Japan, and met with burn survivors who traveled from all over Japan to meet with me and spend the day, which was a phenomenal experience. And then we headed to Hong Kong, and in Hong Kong we were able to meet with a young man and a young woman who are starting an association for the Hong Kong Burn Association, and I was able to give them some hopefully good advice so that they could get that thing up and running.
Now, have you been to the East before? Or?
No, this was the first through the Asian Pacific. So from there we went to Manila.
Okay.
Oh, what an experience I had there. Toured a hospital called East Avenue Medical Center, met with burn patients, met with the entire staff, and traveled throughout the hospital, went through the ICU, the ER, into the pre-op, post-op, and the operating rooms themselves. What I saw was really unbelievable, and I have to tell you, I met 5 severely burned individuals and was able to go into their room and hold their hands and talk to them and show them my own scars and talk to them about my own experience. And of course, some of them never took their eyes off the bling.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, it was moving because these individuals who were in severe pain had no pain meds. They had no heart monitors. They had none of the modern conveniences that we experience as burn patients.
Yeah.
And so it was moving beyond belief. And then from there to Boracay in the Philippines, and from there to Kuala Lumpur, and Kuala Lumpur down to Sydney, Australia, where I had another burn meeting, as well as meeting, of course, with all the Mrs. Australia contestants. We had a high tea on a rooftop in a hotel.
Oh, neat.
And then headed off to Honolulu, Hawaii, where we had a luau with all the Mrs. Hawaii contestants. And from there back to Minneapolis. And I'm leaving for Europe in less than 2 months, and I will be traveling through London, Paris, Frankfurt, Germany, Geneva, where I'll be at the World Heart Federation.
Okay.
I'm going to Rome, Italy, where actually a Harvard classmate of mine married a prince. So Prince Niccolo and Princess Rita Boncompagna Ludovisi will be hosting us
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, not really. That took some practice.
Okay.
We'll be hosting us at Villa Aurora, which is a beautiful castle in the heart of Rome. And then from there we're headed to Istanbul before we come back to the States.
So how did you get involved in the international system?
Oh, well, you know, pageantry for me goes back 3 decades. 30 years ago, I was Miss Teen of Minnesota, and about 10 years later, I competed in the Miss America system.
Okay.
And after I was burned, I honestly never thought I would return to pageantry at all, ever.
Okay.
And 2 years ago, I started the journey, and I decided to get my toe back in the water in the Mrs. Pageants, and this was just hands down the right pageant for me. I mean, the mission, the message, the judging system itself, and the ability to use my scars in a way that they help me tell my story, which I think is it's uniquely me. Everyone has their own story, but that's my story. And so I'm really thankful that I did jump in, and my husband was highly supportive, and it was really because of the encouragement of friends and family that I even had the guts to do this. So I'm glad that I did.
I do have to ask you, is it ever an issue, the clearance of the antlers there when you're walking around?
Well, I'm 5'2" on a good day, so I have a little advantage because I'm so short.
Yeah, but
so
you're quite a bit taller now.
Yeah, exactly. I have bonked my head a few times.
Have you?
But yeah, I have.
Okay.
I have, and it doesn't feel so great.
No,
yeah, but no
imagine.
complaints. I say that all the time with this crown. No complaints. Love it, love it, love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're very glad that you could come out here to Illinois. Stop off between Asia and Europe and wherever else you're going to. So thank you so much for taking the time today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Pageantcast. We just got word that the Pageantcast will be at the America's Super Pageants this June in Montana. You can check out their website at americasuperpageant.com. They have divisions for preteen, teen, Miss, Ms., Mrs., Classic, and Queen, and International. To tell us more about this pageant, we've enlisted the help of Stephanie McGrain. She is International Super Ms. 2012-2013.
Thanks, Tim. And we are so excited to have you join us this year. Our ladies compete in 5 different areas of competition, including photogenic, interview, little black dress platform introduction, swimsuit or athletic attire, depending on the division, and evening gown. The pageant will be held June 21st through the 23rd. Not only will you have a chance to be interviewed by the pageant cast, but there are so many activities going on that weekend that I just can't even begin to name them all. And that's why we have the website, so be sure to check it out. Applications are due by May 15th, so get cracking. I'm looking forward to seeing you there, along with Tim and the pageant cast.
Well, thanks, Stephanie. So I don't think I'm going to need an application, but you will, and I hope to see all of you out there at America's Super Pageants. It's americasuperpageant.com for more information, more than we can put in this quick announcement. We are so excited. It's going to be my first time out in Montana. Gee, I hope they have lasagna. I love my lasagna. Anyway, we're going out to America's Super Pageant. I'm going to see all of you. We're going to do lots of coverage of the event this year. If you want to be a part of a pageant that the Pageant Cast is at, this is the pageant this year. See you in June in Montana.
Now let's enter the Pageant Cast Newsdesk.
I can't let this edition of the Pageant Cast end without telling you the exciting news that on April 10th, a buffalo was born that was named after me. Well, here's the behind the story. My cousin, Richard Ellenberger, is a buffalo farmer in Texas, and I made the comment that I would love to have a buffalo named after me. And these are the first pictures I have of Buffalo Tim. Now, I'm expecting big things from Buffalo Tim. Expecting him to do well when he goes off to Buffalo kindergarten and eventually to drive and all that good stuff. So looking forward to big things out of Buffalo Tim. We'll keep putting photos of Buffalo Tim as he grows up. Thanks again to Richard, and really appreciate having a buffalo named after me.
The Pageantcast, the internet's first podcast dedicated to women in beauty pageants. This is Erin Baines, Miss Kankakee County 2013, wishing you tiara dreams.
Pageantcast.